to another tutorial. So for this class, I'll be teaching us how to make a round pleated turban cap with twisted and crinoline embellishment. I've already cut out my fabric. For this tutorial, you can use any fabric of your choice. So here I have with me this rusty fabric, and the length is 25 inches by the width 24 inches. Okay, I'll be making the pleats from here. Okay, I'm not cutting out any other separate fabric for the round pleat. So my body, my pleating or my band, all will come out from this piece of fabric. Okay, so here is the fabric for the twisted design. Here is the fabric for the twisted design. So I cut it out in two different places, and the measurement is, the length is 30 inches with the width 5 inches. 30 inches by the width 5 inches. So I'll also be making use of my foam. I'll be making use of my foam for the twist. You can make use of your wadding or your fiber. Okay, and the measurement for the foam I'm using will be the same measurement with this, 30 inches by 5 inches. I have my crinoline. Okay, I have my crinoline, and it's 3 yards. I'm using 3 yards for this particular style. Okay, so what I will do now, take your crinoline to the weaving machine. Those that do weaving, let them weave one of the edges. You can buy fishing line 0.90, or let them use a matching color of thread with your crinoline. A matching color of thread with your crinoline. Let them do English weaving. I have another piece of fabric here with me, which will be serving as the bow design. This one measures 23 inches for the length by 5 inches, 21 inches for the length by 5 inches. Then I have this small piece of fabric which will serve as my loop. Okay, and the length is 7 inches by 5 inches. So having done that, get the fabric now for your turban base. So I'm going over to my sewing machine. Then I'll go and make my pleats. Okay, to make your pleats, you fold it like 1 inch, like this. Fold it in like this, and you take it to your sewing machine to sew straight down. Okay, then after sewing, you will go ahead and make another pleat. Okay, you go ahead and make another pleat. Then you sew. Let your next pleat cover the thread of the first pleat. All right. So I'll take you over now to my sewing machine, then I'll show you how to make your round pleated base. Get the fabric for your turban. Fold in the edge. Okay, fold it in. Can you see what I'm doing? So fold it in, then you sew down. So the reason why I'm folding it in, because I want to hide the rough edge. Okay, I want to hide the rough edge. So I'm going to sew it down now, from the beginning to the end of the fabric. Then we'll go ahead to make our pleats. So after sewing it down, then we'll go ahead now to make our pleats. Okay, see what I'm doing. You pick your fabric, then you make your pleats. So if you're not used to making pleats, whether V-band or round band, I always advise use your pin. Okay, as you pleat, use your pin to hold it down. Let the pleat cover the thread, okay, of the first pleat. Then you pin it down. See what I'm doing now? Make sure your pleats are uniform. No one is bigger than the other. Also pin it down. That way it will help you to sew on a straight line. Okay. So this is it now. So I'm going to be sewing now. So that's how to make your round pleat. So I'll quickly do that. I'll make up to 2 or 3 pleats. Then after which I'll show you the next thing to do. I was able to make 4 pleats. So if you watch carefully, you will see the thread of my last pleat showing here. So I wouldn't want it to show. So what I will do now, in order just for me to hide that thread, I'll be turn it like this, okay? Fold it like this. Then this is the last stitches on my last pleat, the thread. Then you come in like 1/4 inch, a little above the last thread, and you sew it just straight down, okay? So that's what I'll be doing now. So I'm just going to follow that line, then I'll sew straight down. So after sewing, then flip it over to the right side, and this is it. You can see how it is now. So the last thread is no longer showing, it's now hidden, okay? And that is it for this cap. Go ahead, fold into 2, then close your cap, okay? So to do that, but after making your pleats, you measure it, at least make sure you don't have less than 12 inches, okay? I have 13 inches left, so I'm okay with it. So go ahead and fold the cap into 2. Get your head circumference. I'll be closing this cap on 10.5. 10.5. You can use 11 inches depending the head circumference of your clients. But I'm using 10.5 because this fabric is very stretchy, or it's too stretchy. So I'm going to be sewing this cap like this now. Then I'll extend my hand just for me to achieve a backdrop. Okay, I'll extend my hand like this, and I'll go ahead and sew all the way down. Okay, I'll just close it up. I'll do that, then I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. To the fabric for the design for the twist. So just get your fabric, fold it into 2, the right side facing the right side. Okay, then go ahead and sew straight down. So you're going to repeat this process now to the other piece of fabric. Remember, this fabric for our twist, we cut it out in 2 different places. Fold into 2, right side facing right side. Go ahead and sew straight down. Okay, so the same thing I'm doing here, I'm going to repeat it to the other piece of fabric. So after doing that, we get the next fabric for our bow design. Also fold it into 2. Go ahead and sew straight down and turn it out to the right side. But after sewing this, just leave. I will show you how I usually turn my fold. Okay, so right now I'm going to sew it, then I'll come back, I'll show you the next thing to do. For the twisted design, as you can see how it takes. So get your foam. As I said, you can use your wadding. Okay, the measurement for this foam is 5 inches for the width and 30 inches for the length. Fold into 2, place it like this, then you top stitch. Fold into 2. So repeat the same thing, the other piece of fabric. If you have a better method to use to turn your foam, please go ahead and use it, okay? But this is the method I used, okay? I'm used to this method. So what I will do now, after sewing it like that, I'll go ahead and open up the fabric from this point, okay? Just open up the fabric there, start pushing it in. Start pushing it inward. Okay, it might be quite tasking. You can use your scissors. Okay, just be pushing it in gradually till it comes out from the other end. So you can see how it's going. So I'll just continue like that. Once you're doing this, don't over drag so that you will not cut the foam. Okay. If you're using your scissors, please be careful. Remember, the scissors has a sharp edge. I've gone ahead to gather it at the back, so we all know how to do our running stitch. So I've just set it aside. So this is the fabric after turning my foam, and this is what I got. So I went ahead to join both ends together using my needle and my thread. Okay, so the next thing now for us to do is to go ahead and make our twist. Okay, I'll now look for someone that will help me hold it while I twist. So after twisting, I'll still go ahead and join the other two ends together. Okay, so I'll go off camera, I'll do this, then I'll come back to show us the next thing to do. I'm done making my twist. Okay, so I've joined the two both ends together. So the next thing now is for us to attach a handle to this twisted design. I have my fabric here. The width is 5 inches. Okay, and the length is 11 inches. You can use 10 inches as well. So let the wrong side face you. Fold it like this. Then place it at this point. Just wrap it around the edge of the twisted design. Then start tacking or start sewing using your needle and your thread. So then start passing your needle in and out through the twisted design. Start passing your needle. So after doing that a couple of times, then go ahead and flip it over like this. Then fold in this edge now. You can see what I'm doing. So whatever thing I'm doing here, I'm going to repeat it on the other piece of the other handle. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same process. Just fold in this edge, then you fold it into two equal halves. Fold it into two. Fold in these rough edges. So you patiently do this, okay? Fold it in. Every of the rough edges, fold it in. Then use your needle and your thread. Using the same needle and thread. Pass it in and out. Okay? Just for you to sew it down. Alright? sew it to the point to where you reach where your machine can, you know that your machine can be able to sew the rest of the fabric. Okay, then you cut off the excess thread. Use the same method, attach the other handle, and you're good to go. So after doing this, cut off the remaining thread. So the same way we folded in the edges like this, go ahead, take it to your sewing machine. Okay, take it to your sewing machine and you sew it down. Okay, you sew it straight down, top stitch, and that is it for the handle. Okay, then we'll move over to the crinoline design. Remember, I asked us to weave the edges. You can see after weaving it, this is it. Take it to people that do weaving, let them weave the edge. All right,